Thank you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. WellsCountyVoice.com, an online service that allows fans and parents to watch high school sports live anywhere and anytime that's convenient for your schedule. As always, we encourage you to go to the games and support the students, but when you simply can't, we're glad you're here with us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game, so please support these businesses whenever you can. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
On the campus of Norwell High School inside the castle, welcome to a 3A Northeast State showdown featuring the 13th ranked Bellmont Squaws and the 8th ranked Norwell Lady Knights. Good evening, friends, and welcome aboard alongside longtime friend and partner Alex Howard. I'm Derek Decker. Megan Miller will join the broadcast in a few moments. Alex, first of all, tonight, obviously an important historical night here for the history, the trajectory of the Norwell athletic program. They inducted their first ever Hall of Fame class, which included Rex Decker, Jerry Lewis, Terry Rosinski, Gary Scott, Jeff Miller, Angela Bradburn Spangler, Darren Archbold, Chandler Harnish, and the 1978 boys cross-country team. This was scheduled to happen last year. Kelby Waybright, the athletic director here at Norwell, has worked tireless hours. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff and put on an awesome production here tonight in front of a large crowd. Yeah, absolutely. It was a great presentation. All of them got a chance to sit on the floor, really be acknowledged for all their accomplishments in high school and coaching here at Norwell, and really cool plaques, too, that were made. Really neat ceremony there right before this game, and something that I'm looking forward to seeing here in the future as more and more athletes, teams, coaches make their way into the Norwell Athletic Hall of Fame. Yeah, so a lot of fun to watch that here pregame. If you're wondering where that is and where that was, we broadcasted from the opposite side so we could get the faces of everybody and get a little better look. So look for the link later tonight and possibly tomorrow morning. We'll have that uploaded to YouTube for you to watch the entire ceremony and hopefully in high-quality action. So that'll be uploaded later tonight. We turn our attention to tonight, and there's no shortage of action here. Norwell won the JV game here earlier this evening before the Hall of Fame ceremony induction. But we've got a really high-caliber matchup. These two teams know each other very well. It has been a series that Norwell's dominated 26-7 over the last 25 years. With that being said, Alex, Bellmont has had Norwell's number a couple of times over the last few years. And to quote Eric Thornton prior to tonight's game, he told me, Bellmont's becoming what we've tried to build over the last 15 years here at Norwell. And that's exactly what Bellmont's doing. They're now a perennial 15-win team, and they're right in the thick of things in the Northeast State Conference. Yeah, the tides are turning for the Bellmont Squaws, and a lot of it is their youth, honestly. One senior in Kenzie Filling. Other than that, this team is very young and playing at a high level right now. And Coach Himes' team he's got his girls firing on all cylinders, and again, like you said, it's going to be a high-caliber matchup here at the Castle tonight. Yeah, Andy Heim is just a couple of games over 500, and he's in his 11th year, and that tells you how much he had to build from at the very start. Belmont used to be a guaranteed win on the schedule for Norwell and basically every other team in the Northeast State Conference, and that's certainly not the case anymore. The breaking news tonight is that Kenzie Filling, their only senior guard you just touched on a moment ago, is not available. She had an issue with her leg in the contest on Thursday night against Northrop, which they lost 42-39. Talking to some people familiar with the program, she was held out for precautionary reasons, tried to go yesterday in practice, just really couldn't get things rolling, and saw her walk in. She's in street clothes tonight, sitting on the bench. Saw her walk in pretty gingerly on that leg, so she will not be available. It's a tough ask to come on the road anyway and get a win in this building, even tougher now without their senior point guard leader. Yeah, but again, at the end of the day, a senior leader like Kenzie Filling, you need her going forward into sectionals and playing her in a high-caliber game like this where she might further injure that leg. Right. It's not worth it. I mean, you have Coach Heim has a great team in front of him, and she'll be able to lead from the bench tonight. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And the leadership has been kind of a question mark for both of these teams this year,
Absolutely.
which is why, first of all, it's so impressive that these two teams, it just speaks to the quality of the program, where they're at right now. Norwell 14-4, Bellmont 12-6, both teams 3-1 in the conference, with their lone blemish being undefeated Columbia City. These two teams are doing this, Norwell with a host of sophomores and Bellmont with a really strong junior class. I mean, that speaks to everything around the program, but not just that. It starts at the top with both head coaches and Eric Thornton and Andy Hahn. Yeah,
absolutely. Both systems very, very high energy, fun to watch. I mean, these two teams are just fun to watch, period. And again, Columbia City, the juggernaut they are this year, doesn't surprise me that it's a blemish for both these teams.
Yeah.
But these teams still have their eyes set on greater things going forward into sectional run and even into regionals. So for sure, two high-quality teams here we have in front of us.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Belmont's if you want to look at common opponents and how they played each other, the big question mark and where Bellmont may have an advantage is they were able to slow Columbia City down. They lost 43-36, and the other common opponent was Garrett, who they played a couple of weeks ago, and they played them in a 5-point contest. Norwell got blown out in both of those games. Now, different situations. Norwell had to go on the road for both of those games, and they were on back-to-backs, and the Garrett game was on the heels of that Columbia City blowout loss. So different circumstances, but that, again, just kind of showcases Belmont's ability to absolutely control the pace whenever they want to. They are a physical ball club that's going to slow it down, be deliberate offensively, and force you to play their pace.
Yeah, and then we started to see that shift in Coach Heim's teams of more physical play, and they're not afraid to test the limits of what's a foul, what's not a foul. They'll make you play physical, and this Norwell team's proved they can do that too. Even Lily Norris coming off the bench has shown the ability to become physical, finish strong at the rim. Skylar Thomas has gotten way better finishing at the rim through contact, and guards altogether have just been stronger to the bucket, and for this Norwell team. So, I mean, I'm so excited for this game to get going. Despite Kenzie Filling being out, this should still be a very, very competitive game.
Stat of the night here on the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. Can't anticipate this game getting out of the 40s. It's just the way this series has gone. Last year they played twice. Sectional championship was 41-35. Norwell this year is 14-0 when holding teams under 50 points. We'll take one quick break. We'll come back with the starting lineups followed by the tip here in this pivotal Northeast State Conference matchup on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
In business since 1981, Barkley Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barkley Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barkley Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barkley Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barkley Builders, Inc. Let Barkley Builders get started on your Barkley Built Forever Home.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA and SIPC.
National anthem presented tonight by the Norwell Pep Band. Let's get set to go with the starting lineups here tonight. We'll start with the 13th ranked Bellmont Squaws, who come into tonight with a record of 12-6 and 3-1 in the Northeast State. Two guards for Bellmont. At the first guard, it's Ellen Scott, a 5'9 junior, alongside Sydney Keene, a 5'9 junior. At forward, Emily Blakey, a 5'8 freshman, and Rachel Blakey, a 5'8 junior. And starting at center is Haley Cole, a 5'11 sophomore. For head coach Andy Heim in his 11th season, an overall record of 125 and 121. Bellmont averages 49 points a game, gives up 34, and they are 6-2 on the road, losing back-to-back games at home to Columbia City and to Northrop. For the 8th ranked Norwell Lady Knights, who come into tonight's game at 14-4, 3-1 in the Northeast State. It's a four-guard set for Norwell. At one guard, Kennedy Filling, a 5'7 sophomore, Mackenzie Tolliver, a 5'5 senior, Emily Todd, a 5'6 senior, and Annabelle Johnson, a 5'5 sophomore. Getting her first career start tonight at forward is Haley Green, a 5'10 sophomore. For head coach Eric Thornton, in his 25th season, a record of 403 and 182. Norwell averages 53 points a game and gives up 40. They are 7-0 here at the Castle this season, coming off a 50-29 victory over Bishop Dwenger. Norwell leads the series over Bellmont 26-7. This should be a dandy here tonight. Derek Decker with Alex Howard, Megan Miller. Our three officials tonight, an Indianapolis-based crew: Damon Houston, Chris Thompson, and Jerry Middleton. So excited to join you here on this Saturday night. Really important Northeast State Conference matchup. The winner of this one is one that keeps pace. Obviously, everybody needs help from Columbia City at this point, but these two teams are still right in the thick of things as we look at some of the other conference matchups across the state here tonight. Haley Green will be in the center circle for Norwell. She'll tip it up against the strong Haley Cole, 5'11 sophomore, averaging 11 points a game. Bellmont plays without their leading scorer tonight, Kenzie Filling, who averaged 11 points a game as well, and she is not available tonight due to a leg injury. Norwell wins the tip here, and off we go on this Saturday night. Alex, this has been kind of a fickle Norwell team to figure out over the last few weeks, as we've got a kicked ball on the first possession. Norwell's had some moments where they've looked really good. I was talking to Coach Eric Thornton about what makes this team good and what really causes their struggles. He said, to some degree, we have to figure out ways to clean up misses faster. We have a tendency to snowball problems. Whenever we have a turnover, we might turn it over 2 or 3 times in a row, and that's got to stop. Yeah, and a lot of the issues, too, with the Lady Knights is they start really, really slow sometimes, and it hinders them going forward. A lot of coming from behind, or playing from behind, are the Lady Knights' experience this season. And I think today's more important than ever to get out to a lead early against this Bellmont Squaws team. Bellmont attacks in the visiting blue uniforms. Norwell defends in white. Haley Cole and Green bouncing down low, and they're tough up against each other. We've got a double dribble, so both teams turn it over on their first offensive possession. That might be a theme here tonight. Even though these two teams take care of the ball, they're two defenses that create a lot of turnovers, and defense in this series typically wins, especially against that tough 2-3 Bellmont zone. Kennedy Filling will bury a left corner 3, and she gets the scoring underway. Filling averaging 15 a game, 35% three-point shooter, best on the team. Coach Thornton said her versatility on offense makes her difficult to guard. Shot inside missed by Sydney Keene, and back come the Lady Knights with the point guard Annabelle Johnson. Here's a trailing 3 for Tolliver. And Haley Green making her first start, has her fingertips on the rebound. Todd, a deep triple, is off the mark. Norwell's letting them fly early, but unable to connect at a consistent pace. Well, Haley Cole catches it. Nice streaking down the lane, Ellen Scott, and she draws a foul. Good action early in the possession for Bellmont. Yeah, and Emily Todd kind of got caught falling asleep there on a real basic cut there by Bellmont, and leads to being out of position and a foul. It's our first foul here tonight. First free throw rattles no good. This is a Bellmont team as a group that shoots at just 63%. Free throw shooting not the key. Well, it is the key. It's not the strength of either one of these teams, and she misses both. Scott's a 79% foul shooter, too. She's the best one they've got. Filling with contact and spins it home with some English, and she's got a chance at 3.
And that's huge. Norwell's success is getting Kennedy Filling going early. When she gets going early, gets her shots down, especially from long range, this team, just goes. They don't stop. She leads this team.
How important might it be, too, to get Haley Cole in foul trouble tonight? They lose a big physicality piece without Filling on the floor, who's not entirely big height-wise, but she is a strong young woman. As you want to talk about maybe one of the biggest key players in the last few years in this series, and it might be Kenzie Filling, at least for Bellmont. They're having trouble on this offensive possession. Norwell doubling the basketball and applying some ball pressure. Kenzie Filling running the top. They're in a soft 1-3-1. Tolliver closes out on Scott, who misses the three. And Bellmont ice cold to start this one from the field. Todd passes up a shot. Filling's had the hot hand so far. This one's short. Haley Green fights for the rebound and draws foul number 2 on Haley Cole. And this is a disaster start for the Squaws here on the road.
And you want to talk about a start. Haley Green getting her first varsity start. She's been all over the place. A couple of huge boards early. Won the opening tip-off. Real good to see Haley, the sophomore, get this kind of start.
They replace one sophomore with another, Macy Spiegel, at 5'4", so they lose 7 inches in the lineup as Haley Cole goes to the bench. 2 fouls, not even 3 minutes in. Todd, a catch and shoot. What a start for Norwell here at home, and that's a timeout called by Andy Heim. Norwell is blazing hot out of the gate. They lead it 9-zip.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Back here at the Castle, Derek Decker with Alex Howard. What a start for Norwell here tonight. This has really been an impressive display. They've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. It's not that they're shooting at an incredible percentage, just they've gotten far more opportunities offensively, and they're taking advantage of those offensive boards, a couple of which have been created by Haley Green.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been all over the place, giving Norwell a couple second chances to getting some key offensive boards, and Norwell finds her stroke here at the friendly confines of the Castle.
Now this kind of the same way that the boys game opened last night, and that's an extra step taken out top by Macy Spiegel and a careless turnover. Just can't tell you, and this is kind of the same thing I said last night too, is scoring is far above what we expected it to be. I mean, this is a game that rarely gets out of the 40s, if not the 30s at times. 2 years ago when they played twice, neither game got out of the 30s. Norwell won both. Johnson sits in the middle of that zone. Norwell moving the ball, cross court well with horizontal movement, but Todd took a step too quick. I think at least though the fundamentals and the basics on that possession kind of showcase what Norwell's trying to do against the zone.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's part of Bellmont keeping it low scoring is kind of packing in that 2-3, trying to slow Norwell's dribble drive down, but good movement there for the Knights.
Scott tries another three, and that's last touched by Emily Blakey. Bellmont just can't buy one. That was a pretty good look from the corner by Scott, but couldn't get it to fall, and it's still 9-0 Norwell. Little miscommunication. It's picked up by Filling, and they'll continue to swing it around the perimeter. No penetration yet. There's the short corner. Johnson down the lane draws a foul. Just a real nice patient possession there by Norwell, and Annabelle Johnson sitting in the right spot. That's how you bust up that 2-3 zone, is getting into that short corner and try to get some space in the middle. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, the key there is to get the bottom of the zone there, that bottom wing, to come out and guard your offensive wing there, and it kind of opens up that short corner pass.
Skyla Tomasek is into the game for the first time. Tomasek battling some non-COVID illness the last couple of days. That's why she didn't start tonight and missed practice. So we'll see how her stamina holds up tonight. Johnson is going to be able to get the friendly roll on the second one. Historically poor free throw shooter is Johnson, 38% on the season. Brings up the caboose on this team. She checks out, but she gets 1 out of 2, and Norwell leads it 10-0 over Bellmont halfway through this first quarter. Both of these teams are ranked in the top 15 in Class 3A, but it has been all Norwell here from the start. Tolliver gets her hands on it and gets a steal. Feast is into the game, filling again from the corner. Oh boy, Belmont's got to stop the bleeding. Kennedy Filling has 9 and Norwell's up 13. And Scott has it taken away. Back come the Lady Knights again, and now Norwell's got an advantage. Thought Tolliver might try a heat check. There's the punch. Filling, yes! 16-point run to start the contest tonight. Filling has a dozen, and Bellmont calls another timeout. It's another full one. Norwell's raced out red hot tonight. They lead 16-zip.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Now, if you're just joining us here tonight, the score is correct, and you can't believe it. It is 16-0. Norwell scored the first 9. Andy Heim called a timeout, tried to curb the run, couldn't do it. And it's 16-0 now. Kennedy Filling with back-to-back triples. Bellmont cannot get a stop. Norwell red hot. And you do not want to play from a big deficit on the road at this building against this team.
Yeah, Norwell's going to really try to speed Bellmont up here and create more turnovers here with a more aggressive 1-3-1 here.
Filling's running the top of that zone. Bellmont really has been flustered offensively. A couple of turnovers. The clean looks they have gotten have just not fallen. Tomasek to the baseline, and that's another turnover. Emily Blakey has it go off her fingertips. What in the world is going on here? 5 minutes in, and Bellmont hasn't scored. This has only happened to them one time this year, and it was against Jay County. Really early on in the season, Jay County's a real high-quality ball club. They'll come to the Castle on Tuesday night. We'll have that for you here on The Voice. Belmont lost that game 44-19 at the TP. Outside of that, they have been highly competitive in every other game. We just talked about what they did to Columbia City. They only lost by 7, very competitive in that one. Norwell got beat by 21 on the road. It's a kick ball in the middle of that zone. Annabelle Johnson sitting at the free throw line. Here comes Mackenzie Tolliver for the Lady Knights. Emily Todd will take a seat. Feast will get the inbound in front of the friendly Norwell students on Jersey night here at the Castle. Now Filling will roam the middle of the zone. Here's Cutter's action across the middle. Tolliver spot up. They can't miss. Mackenzie Tolliver now gets in on the parade. 19-point lead for Norwell. What do you say at this point? That is a clobber by Mackenzie Feast, but a hustle foul that you can absolutely live with if you're Norwell head coach Eric Thornton. At this point, we're kind of beyond analysis. You've watched it. If you're joining us here tonight, you've seen the game, and you have seen what's going on across the floor. It's 19-0. Norwell has shot it an incredible percentage from distance. They have made 3, 4, 5 first quarter threes. 5 of them by 3 different players. 3 from Filling, 1 from Tolliver, and 1 from Todd. Inbounds is into Spiegel. Sydney Keene splits defenders, and finally Bellmont is on the board. Got to feel like a big weight lifted off the shoulders of the Squaws, and there's the Bronx cheer from the Norwell faithful. 19-2. This is a ranked matchup. Belmont's 12-6. They've only lost once in the league. And there's a foul out top by Macy Spiegel. That is the 4th against Bellmont in this first quarter. Norwell's played a lot of Mackenzie Feast here in this quarter, who has done a real nice job offensively doing some things, moving the basketball around. She can be a distributor as well, although she's much more known for her scoring ability. Inside out, Feast straight away. Kennedy Filling leaping for the offensive board and fouled. Norwell just cannot do anything wrong at this point. They're doing everything that they need to do to have a nice, strong lead here out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just about to say, you don't want to let up at all if you're Norwell, because Bellmont has the, they have the drive, and Coach Heim is not going to let this team just roll over. And Bellmont is able to go on a run and kind of level this thing out. So good aggression by Norwell.
12-point first quarter for Kennedy Filling, making a baker's dozen, back to an 18-point lead. Led by as many as 19 in this first quarter. Scored the first 19 points of the game, as a matter of fact. Keene contested, and Johnson rips down the rebound. Filling again. Tomaszek. Yes.
It's not one thing, it's another for sure.
A lot of second chance points in this quarter. Macy Spiegel way long on that three. Here's an offensive board and a foul against Mackenzie Feast, and that's number 2 on her. So they'll have to bring in Emily Todd here with 32 seconds left in the quarter. I mean, if you're Andy Heim, do you think about maybe getting out of the zone, or at least changing up the zone, applying more ball pressure or something? Because you got to change something. You're down 20.
You want to go man-to-man against this team. I don't know if they have the matchup.
Right, that's the only problem. And now a 5-second call on the inbounds. And Coach Heim is beside himself. And you really got a feel for Kenzie Filling. You can kind of tell that they don't have a leader on the floor right now. And you said leading from the bench, but that's a lot different than leading on the floor and handling the ball and getting a bucket to calm them down. Because if they get a bucket earlier on in this run, this might be a different first quarter.
Right, and that's a good point, Derek, because Kenzie Filling is that kid for them that will just put her head down and get a bucket when they need one, and they don't have that tonight.
It's very evident. Cross court, double screen. And it's kept alive, but yanked down by Bellmont. Tomaszek gets a steal, but won't get the shot off, and that will bring a crazy first quarter to an end. It's Norwell 22, Bellmont a deuce. Norwell leading by 20 here at the Castle.
You've heard of Seize the Day, right? Well, this month you can pay the day at the YMCA. Join the Y on January 10th and pay $10 for the entire month. Join on January 11th, pay $11, and so on. The sooner you join, the less you pay. Get your family connected to healthy activities in a clean, safe environment with a membership to the Y. Save big with Pay the Day at the YMCA now through January 31st. Visit fwymca.org for details. Offer valid at YMCA's in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. Some restrictions apply.
Back here at the Castle, Norwell and Bellmont. Alex, what was the reason Norwell's able to get out to that big lead? Obviously, the three-point shooting speaks for itself, but what did they do to get to that big lead?
Well, a couple of those threes came in transition for Kennedy Filling, which is huge. The Knights have pushed the pace a little bit. It's easy to find more transition buckets when you push against that 2-3 before it has time to set up. A lot of it, too, is off the turnovers. That 1-3-1's just creating a couple more turnovers than we've seen it early, and it's been good for the Knights to kind of help propel them into this huge lead. 7 first-quarter turnovers for Bellmont by my calculations, and so if all those lead to 2 points, that's 14 of the 22 right there.
That's amazing stuff. I'm serious. In that first quarter, that's just something that you're not going to see. Oh, that 3 misses everything, and that was off of Tolliver. Norwell student section hitting him with the tomahawk chop over there. No love lost between these two. There's no doubt about that, at least by the fan bases in this one. Oh, come on. Haley Cole pops a 3 from the corner. They're just trying anything that they can to get underway. Cole sat a lot. That's another big thing, is she sat almost 5.5 minutes of that first quarter with 2 fouls. And now they just decided they got to have her on the floor, which I understand. In the short corner, Tomaszek right around her defender. Second bucket for the junior.
I mean, that's too easy.
Streaking down the lane and getting bailed out was Sydney Keene. Foul against Tomaszek. 2 free throws for the 58% foul shooting Sydney Keene, who has the only score of the contest here for Bellmont. Well, I think look, a lot can change here as Bellmont gets 1 out of 2, but an offensive rebound. It's pretty safe to say they're not on pace for 50. Norwell was 14-0, holding teams under 50 points this season. Tomaszek getting rooted out of the double foul. Come on.
No way.
Well, they just got Tomaszek and Cole with a double foul. I will say they were both battling at the top of the free throw line. Well, it doesn't matter, though, for Norwell because that's number 3 on Cole, and that just kills Bellmont. But I don't understand the double foul. It took me a while to start reading the play, and I could see down low Jerry Middleton was talking to them during the play, telling them to stop, and then finally neither one of them did, so we called it on both of them. And it is number 2 on Tomaszek as well.
Yeah, the moment he called, Skylar gave a little bump, nothing warranting a foul. But Cole gave two good hacks to Sky there on the bottom and nailed them both on that last kind of shove by Cole.
Ellen Scott knocks down a quarter 3, 28% shooter from distance. This is just a 24% three-point shooting team. That is not the strength of this group, and they're going to have to, you would think, make some threes to get back into this game and be competitive. Haley Green's back in for Tomaszek, who's on the bench with 2 fouls, and Emily Todd immediately responds with a triple of her own. And it's her second 3. Well, no matter what happens the rest of the night, these two teams are really likely and destined to meet again in the sectional. They're probably the best 2 teams in sectional 23. Down low, high off the glass was Rachel Blakey, but missed. And now we got a tie up. Norwell has the possession arrow. They're going to bring Tessa Spiegel, the 5'7" sophomore, into the game. Again, they're just trying everything that they can.
Yeah, and it's not like
that's it. That's all he's got on the bench.
Has any options. I mean, it's pretty shallow on the bench there for
7.
Bellmont.
They're running 7. 8 at the very most, but 7's really more likely. They did have 8 in the book. Tolliver took a look at it. Instead, made a wise decision, and they'll go to filling. Boom. 16 first half points for filling. Off balance shot by Keene. They're really starting to force stuff. It's 30-6. Norwell on top of Bellmont. Tolliver from way out there. That one's short. Although she has the distance and the ability to make it from out there. Spiegel does not look comfortable with the basketball as she misses a 3 well short. And Norwell has another rebound. Haley Green with the defensive board. It is 30-6. Norwell's up 20-24. They scored the first 19 points of the game here tonight. Tolliver's open again, but passes up a 3. Bellmont has not come out of that 2-3 zone. And I know it's the principle that they do it, but I just think that even if you're not in the 2-3, you at least have to change up something that you do. Either be tighter, and I think you got to be tougher on the perimeter. Great find by Johnson, but Green misses the layup short and blew a tire. And now Norwell's one short coming back, and Bellmont gets a transition layup but misses it. And then Norwell gets the dead ball rebound. And that's a microcosm of this first half for Bellmont. Lily Norris is into the game for the first time tonight as Johnson takes a seat. Norwell gets a little smaller here.
You know, Bellmont's trying. Oh, now they're going to go a little man.
There it is. Now Norwell just going to their motion offense. Pass fake by Todd. Rebound by Spiegel. And that's another turnover. Got to be in double digits, right?
Got an even 10.
I don't know, man. Now I feel a little like I lied in the pregame. I hyped this thing up like, man, this is going to be tight game. This is what it always is. 30 might be the end of the third quarter score in a normal series between these two teams. Another tie-up, and that's a Norwell turnover. That's number 2 on them, so they've done a really nice job of taking care of the ball, unofficially.
I mean, that's kind of the difference in this thing, too. I mean, Norwell usually is good for at least a few more turnovers by this point.
They average 12 a night.
I mean, that's a big factor for this Knights team, too, in their hot start.
Tolliver gets the interception and reins it in. Todd tried to do that for a second straight possession, and now she turns it over. So back-to-back turnovers for both teams on consecutive possessions.
I think there Todd was just surprised the defender went away. I think she thought the defender was going to stay there, and she was going to pass out, and the defender kind of went away, scared her.
Scott takes a look, misses and grazes the front end of the rim. Bellmont's made just 1 3 in this first half. Well, they've only made 2 shots.
A 3-2 and a free throw.
That's it. They've got them all. Tolliver is fouled, and she'll go to the line, shooting 1 and 1. That's team foul number 7 on Bellmont. Foul against Ellen Scott. I don't know what you say at halftime if you're Andy Heim, honestly. I don't know where you go. I don't know who you rip. I mean, you can't single anybody out. It's just not going to be a fun locker room to be in either way. I mean, the worst thing is, and I, as a player, I was always more concerned when few words were said.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, you know, everybody takes a ripping and a beating every now and then. No big deal. You move on. You get ripped at halftime. You move on. That happens from every coach. But when we start throwing around the words disappointed or saying nothing in the locker room, that's real cause for concern. Bellmont had pretty bad spacing there on that drive, and Sydney Keene threw up a wild shot. 32-6. Norwell leads it by a wide margin, and that's another perimeter foul on Bellmont. That's number 2 on Sydney Keene. Foul starting to pile up for the Squaws.
Yeah, Keene trying to do way too much on that drive there. She's trying to get, you know, all 20-some points. They're down back in one dribble right there. They broke the press. They had numbers. The ball should have gotten out of her hands earlier.
Tolliver's a 68% free throw shooter. Leading returning scorer from last year, but she's averaging just 8 points a game this season. Drops the first one. She's got a half dozen. Coach Thornton said he doesn't know if he's had a grittier or more intelligent player than Tolliver. That is real high praise from a guy that's coached a lot of quality guards in 25 years.
There's been a lot of gritty guards
that
he's had.
A little aggressive by Lily Norris, and Coach Thornton is not pleased with the foul. Hands behind his head. Foul called by Damon Houston. Coach Thornton was not pleased by that. Norris gets the steal, and it's picked up by Bellmont. They've got a 3-on-2 here. Scott is stuck. Finally gives it off. Norris leaves her feet. Laurent misses a 3. Spiegel on the turnaround, and Haley Green finally yanks down the rebound. 34-6. Norris on the drive, great find. Oh, and Haley Green misses again, but she gets her own rebound, and Tolliver misses the 3. Finally, Bellmont clears the offensive rebound. Alex, you know, Green had only missed 3 shots on the season coming in. She was 15 out of 18, 83% from the floor. She's missed 2 bunnies tonight, but she's done a lot of good things and has played a ton of minutes in this first half, thanks to foul trouble and illness for Skyla Thomasek. Tolliver down the lane, fouled. No NBA continuation. And a 1-and-1 for Tolliver. She'll shoot all 3 of Norwell's 1-and-1 possibilities. Spiegel just picked up her second. They've got all kinds of foul trouble, and this is not the night to have foul trouble. Now, part of that's because of the aggressiveness that they play on defense, and Eric Thornton said that. We feel like we can get this team in foul trouble, then we feel like we'll have a chance. And that is certainly the case. Tolliver misses the front end here. Just cannot believe this first half. I don't know the last time Norwell held a team in single digits in a first half. It's been a while. Probably a couple of years at least. Annabelle Johnson on the takeaway. Bellmont well into double figures on turnovers. She finds Filling. Norwell's not going to hold for 1 shot here. It's not the MO of this team. The defender for Bellmont hits the deck, and Ellen Scott, but she's back. And Eric Thornton calling for his kids to run motion. That's an illegal screen by Kennedy Filling, who has palms open. A little befuddled by the foul call. It is her first. Blakey on the baseline is stopped by Green with less than 20 seconds to go in the half. Scott has it partially blocked. Half's over. That's an ugly one for Bellmont. Norwell leads it 34-6. They scored the first 19 points of the game, and they are in command here at the break. They lead it by 28 on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, Give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
Good evening, Norwell basketball fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, the thing I enjoy most is talking to our clients about what matters to them. As our clients prepare for and enjoy retirement, some enjoy spending time with their grandkids, some prefer to travel the world, and for others, it's giving of time and resources. As you think of and prepare for your retirement, we'd love to talk with you either virtually or in person at one of our office locations in Austin or Fort Wayne. You can also call us at 260-436-7006. Nathan Shelton, investment advisor representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
In business since 1981, Barkley Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barkley Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barkley Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barkley Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674, or find them on Facebook at Barkley Builders, Inc. Let Barkley Builders get started on your Barkley Built Forever home.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
Halftime at the Castle, and it is 34-6, Norwell over Bellmont. I am a little bit prone to typos with the graphics as I'm doing 43 things at once on a broadcast, but that's not the case tonight. Derek Decker with Alex Howard. Norwell jumped out to a 19-zip lead here out of the starting gate, and it has just been a really impressive, dominating performance. Bellmont has not found any kind of rhythm offensively. Norwell won the JV game earlier tonight, and it honestly looks like a varsity against a JV team. This is again, we were hyping up. Bellmont's a good program, a great program. They've built a lot of things, and that first half was as bad as Bellmont's looked in 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, and you can say something. I mean, every team has one of these nights. Norwell had it against Columbia City.
Fair enough.
We blinked and it was a 15-point game.
Right. But they had 6 points at halftime. 6.
Yeah. That's
made 2 shots in the first half.
Yeah, and again, kind of like what you said, in that second quarter, if you're Coach Heim, like, you go in there and what do you say? Like, you didn't show up to play today. Like, 6 points is just not showing up to play.
No.
I mean, Norwell defensively, especially running a 1-3-1, they'll fall asleep on the backside of it every once in a while. You can stumble into 6 points.
Look, and in going back a couple of years, I don't know if Kenzie Filling has missed a game. So it's a different role, and I you can't pin it all to that. I'm just saying that's obviously played a factor. Haley Cole's been in serious foul trouble the entire game. She's only played 4 minutes in the entire half. I mean, there's been a lot of things that's worked against him as well. So, it's worse. I mean, this is as bad as it could possibly be. It's 34-6, but I think this is probably the worst that it could get for Bellmont. There's some things that could potentially turn in their favor going into the second half. Obviously, Cole staying out of foul trouble is number one. They got to find somebody that can run the point because ball handling has been a serious issue for Bellmont.
Yeah, well, what do you think about this? Coach Heim and his staff sitting there on the bench. We don't see any players.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think there's a senior in there who might be doing most of the talking right now for that team.
I gotta imagine so.
And that's the type of leadership that they're missing tonight, and you can see it. And we talked about it earlier. Like she was, Filling is that girl for Bellmont who can go get a bucket whenever she wants, whenever they need her to. She'll go get a bucket, or at least attract enough defense of help to go find somebody else for a different bucket. And on the flip side, the Filling that's wearing white tonight is lighting it up on the scoreboard. 16 first half points for Kennedy Filling, and a hot start, 2 quick threes for her. She's got this Knights team rolling.
Unbelievable stuff. 34-6 at the break. We'll step away one more time. We'll be back with the third quarter after this on The Voice.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
And I come back to the Castle here right before the start of the second half with a little bit of breaking news. Columbia City just lost to Huntington North 54-43. And so Norwell, as long as they don't completely implode in this second half, is very well on pace to being right in the hunt for a conference title. They've got New Haven and East Noble left. That is unbelievable.
Really?
54-43. Huntington North wins over Columbia City tonight, and the Eagles drop their first game of the season. Wow.
Wow. That's surprising.
Can it get any better?
Huntington North has some young studs.
Oh, yeah.
Basically what they are.
Oh,
Trout. Yeah. We talked about it. We talked a lot about their young studs because I got to face all of them last year.
Right.
Coaching at that 8th grade team. But that, oh, wow. Good for Huntington North.
Well, we saw a great game from Huntington North here at the Castle.
Oh,
Norwell won by 2, but that was a tremendous battle, and Norwell trailed a good chunk of that game. That's really got to loom large in the back of the minds of Bellmont, too, because they got 6 days to prep for the Lady Vikings coming off of an emotional win after a 6-point half here on the road. Norwell turns it over on their first possession of the third quarter, and now Norwell fouls in the backcourt. Emily Todd picks up number 1. Well, that is a bombshell. I mean, look, that was definitely their best chance. You look at it, and that was the best chance for somebody to beat them. But 11-point game, too.
Yikes.
There's a triple knocked down by Sydney Keene. It's her second field goal of the game and gets Bellmont a little closer to 10. Alex, I think that, and look, Huntington North typically is not a team that's going to score in the 50s very often, so it's just incredible stuff. Filling, answer. She has been unstoppable tonight. 19 points for the sophomore. Averages 15 a game, 35% three-point shooter. But she has been really good tonight, cutting down the lane, and a soft touch for Ellen Scott. Bellmont hits double digits a minute and 15 seconds into the third quarter. They've already almost matched their first half output in the first 90 seconds of the third quarter. Middle of that 2-3 zone. Moving the ball quickly. A lot of bounce passes. Great find. And this time the finish for Haley Green, assist Johnson.
That was real nice action there by the Norwell Knights against that 2-3 defense that Bellmont has kind of sat in here. They got away from it there early or late in the first half, kind of sunk back into it here. I wonder at what point, if Norwell keeps torching this 2-3, if they try to go back to man-to-man.
Well, the good news is for Norwell that you've kind of seen the response in the first 2 minutes is they haven't let their foot off the gas yet. They're still doing a lot of the things that they need to do. They've turned it over once, now twice. But they're still doing a lot of the things that they need to do. The ball movement's been crisp. Really good bounce passes, busting up that 2-3 zone exactly how you'd want. Got two subs here. Eric Thornton's going to take a 30-second timeout, probably to talk about those pair of turnovers, and while he does that, we'll sit here and chat for a moment. A couple minutes into the third quarter, 39-11. Bellmont and Norwell have both scored at a pretty good clip here to open this second half. But again, I think this is more a timeout, Alex, that Coach Thornton's using to say, just relax, there's no problems here, no reason to freak out. And I think maybe a teaching moment, kind of going back to the point we raised earlier in the game, a team that has to figure out ways to slow down the snowball effect, if you will, and make one bad play and turn it into a good play the next time down the floor.
Yeah, and kind of observing the huddle there from Coach Thornton, majority of it is teaching, making sure that they're all on the same page, because you're right, this team, when they all start getting on different pages and the snowball effect, as you said, I mean, this team can go a couple 3-4 minutes of just horrific basketball, and it can really take them out of the game or make their comeback that much greater, that whole even more to climb.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what happened against Dwenger, a team that is not very good, earlier this week. And Norwell was up 18-8 after the first quarter and then scored just 3 points in the second quarter. And they were only up 5 at halftime and ended up winning by 21, pulled away. It was really the only bad quarter of the game. Just saying, Coach Thornton was really not pleased with their effort in that second quarter. And he said that's the kind of stuff that we have got to figure out a way to stop. And it's going to be important going forward into the tournament. You can't have entire quarters where you just simply go away.
Yeah, no, if you have quarters like that, it's a season for you. That's the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many good teams around in this part of the state that will make you pay. A Bellmont turnover. A long deuce by Filling is long. Johnson unmarked, now fouled. Count the basket, and the fourth foul on Haley Cole. And it's the first basket of the night for Annabelle Johnson. Just can't do anything wrong tonight. They have to bring in Spiegel again. And Cole plays less than 3 minutes in the third quarter. I mean, you have nights like that.
Right,
it just happens. Johnson knocks down the free throw as well. 6 points for her now. 42-11. And Keene throws an errant pass toward the student section. This is almost one of those games where, this is an atmosphere in a building, as lots of folks know if you had any experience with Norwell basketball or high school basketball in the Fort Wayne area. It's a building that can really get after you and turn an opposing team into some bad things in a hurry, but it hasn't been the crowd tonight. It's just been Norwell's play to start the game. They set the tone, obviously 19 straights. Hard to come back against, no matter who you are. But it's just been, Sometimes the student section makes a difference in the second half. This is already a big enough deficit for Bellmont that it just doesn't even make a difference at this point. And Feast hits a three. And that's her first triple, which is hard to believe because Norwell's knocked down a huge number of them here tonight. Here's a travel by Bellmont. What do you got him at? 15, 14?
14 for the game.
11 in the first half. 4:10 to go in the third. 34-point Norwell lead. Oh, heat check. Saw some of this last night, really hot outside shooting, except it was twofold last night at the TP. Both teams were knocking down shots at a high clip. The teams combined, by the way, to shoot 14 for 27 from the three-point line. Tomaszek on the break and gets the deuce. But 14 for 27 from the three-point line last night for the two teams. Makes a game really easy to call. A lot of shots being knocked down, not very many turnovers. So they combined to have as many three-pointers made as there were turnovers in the game. Norwell had 8 and Bellmont had 6. Tough shot there for Sydney Keene, and she's got 8 points. Bellmont's only had 2 players in the scoring column tonight, 8 for Keene and 5 for Ellen Scott. Feast is open. She's not shy about it, but she's short. Rebound to Keene. Norwell's about to stay undefeated here at home this season, if I could spit it out. This will take him to 8-0. We got a jump ball. It'll stay with Bellmont. And now a substitution. Several of them. Emily Todd in for Norwell. 2 subs for Bellmont. Tessa Spiegel is in. Also, Arabelle Laurent. By the way, we've hit the running clock, if you're wondering. It was a 35-point lead at one point. So, although, well, was it 45-11 or 47-11?
Don't know.
Thanks for nothing.
I don't know.
I don't either. Anyway, we're close to a
lot
clock.
to a little.
Yeah. Well, once you hit the crest, it doesn't go back. So it's just like high school football. Filling misses a triple. Feast saves it in, but into a squaw. I think it was 47-11. That's a 3 knocked down by Sydney Keene, and she's into double figures. 47-16. This really does look like the days of old for Andy Heim. I mean, it seriously does. Bellmont had a couple of winless seasons back in the day, early in his tenure. A lot of people were questioning whether he was the guy. I mean, obviously, anybody questions you the guy. If you're the guy, if you don't win any games, no matter what kind of talent you have or don't have. 3 misses for Bellmont underneath the basket. Now a foul against the Squaws. So the running clock is in effect, apparently. Oh, what that stoppage was for then. There wasn't free throws, right? I didn't miss any free throws.
No, I don't know.
Maybe they may have been checking something, who the foul was on in the book, something like that. In any case, it's a commanding Norwell lead with the clock not stopping, save for free throws and timeouts the rest of the game. Tolliver's dribbling in the center circle under 30 seconds to go in the quarter, and Bellmont's not applying any pressure. Standing back in that 2-3 zone, which they've been in all night long, except for maybe 1 or 2 possessions on defense. Little pre-play motion. Over the top. 4 seconds. Extra pass. Feast is fouled on a 3 as the clock expires.
Oh, no.
Jeez Louise. So 3 foul shots with no time on the clock coming up here for Mackenzie Feast. And the foul went against Tessa Spiegel. Feast is going to miss the first one, 70% foul shooter. Again, just something that Norwell does not do well. Problem for Bellmont is they don't have really anybody to bring into the game. Against you talk about clearing the bench and stuff, they don't have it. You got 7 tonight. And Feast will make 2 out of 3, and the quarter does come to an end. 49-16, Norwell all over Bellmont.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Back here at the Castle, commanding Norwell lead, 49-16 as we enter the fourth quarter with the running clock. Norwell Athletic Hall of Fame was brought into induction earlier tonight, and a lot of really good athletes were introduced here in the pregame ceremonies tonight. Well, they just announced the Columbia City score in here, much to the delight of the Norwell faithful, who now understand what that means for conference implications. Norwell is on pace still. Obviously, if they avoid what would be a historic upset loss to either East Noble or New Haven in the next 2 weeks, they are going to make their way to a conference title again. And there's got to be nothing that makes Columbia City feel worse than having to share the glory with Norwell, even though you whipped them at home.
Yeah, and on the flip side for Coach Heim, looking at this game and hearing that score or hearing that result, it's that's got to be tough to stomach as well, because you had a chance then to share it with Columbia City if you got a win here tonight. That's
always the worst feeling. You think back, we were talking to Norwell boys basketball legend Ian Kissel a few nights ago, and Norwell was in that situation. It took a big unlikely set of circumstances as Kennedy Filling knocks down another 3. She's got 22 points. Took a big set of circumstances. They were at Huntington North that night, led the entire game, and then crumbled in the last couple of minutes. And the winners of the conference finished 4-3. They could have been in on a 4-way tie in the Northeast 8 that year. In fact, I believe that was the inaugural season of the Northeast 8. Todd steps into a 3 and misses. Oh, and Cole can't get a rebound. You haven't been blown out much yet as a head coach. What's going through the mind? I mean, how do you handle this thing? Especially in a game where you feel like coming in, obviously Filling made a difference, but you coming in, you're thinking, we got a shot to win this thing on the road. You feel good about your chances, right? Both teams are ranked in the top 15. I mean, it's always been close in this series.
Yeah, as a coach, we've only been blown out. My team has only been blown out a couple times. Columbia or Indian Springs got us twice, with Baxter leading the charge there, and then Woodside last year in a blowout game. And those ones you kind of go in knowing what's going to happen. Here for Coach Heim, when you don't know what's going to, that this is going to be your fate, that almost 40 points is going to be your fate. I mean, it almost shocks you. He's still trying to coach hard. You still want to put good things on film to look at, right? I mean, because you're going to watch this film and go, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. but you still want to put good things on film and go, okay, this is how we have to run this. This is the correct action. This is, this is the effort we need. This is whatever it may be, whatever you pick out good from this game. But there's a lot you're going to throw out from this game also that just didn't work for you. But again, running a 2-3, and I mean, there's things to coach up in that 2-3, like where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to eliminate. You kind of saw Bellmont also there in the second quarter try to take away that short corner more. They tried to be more aggressive taking away that short corner because that killed them earlier in the first quarter. But other than that, Coach Heim, I don't know what you say to your team after this game other than let's just get on the bus and get back to Decatur.
Great pass to Tomaszek, but she misses the layup. Cole gets the rebound. This really opens things up in sectional 23 for other teams to have a chance to make it to the championship. I mean, we were saying that this is probably Norwell's toughest competition in the sectional. And if that's the case, obviously things might be different if filling's available later in the year, but that's not good for the rest of the field. Because if Norwell starts playing the brand of basketball that we're used to seeing them play, it's going to be an issue. And this is always a hard team to beat in the tournament. You can ask anybody in the sectional that's seen Norwell win 7 consecutive sectional titles. Then they lost 2 years in a row when Marion was in the sectional. And then they've won it since then. Belmont's going to get free throws here on the foul by Kennedy Filling with the clock stopped. Blakey is a 62% foul shooter, looking for her first points of the night. One out of 2 for the freshman. I don't know what Norwell's shooting percentage is here tonight, as the pilfer in the pair for Sydney Keene, and they've hit the 20 mark. Keene's got a baker's dozen, which matches her output against Northrop. That was a team high then in their 42-39 loss on Thursday night. Tolliver has her shot blocked, and it's picked up by Spiegel. I don't know what Norwell shot from the field tonight. It's got to be pretty good. We'll get the post-game stats from Sammy Rumfeld. Another foul here on Norwell will send Bellmont to the line. Got to be thinking the bench is getting close to being cleared out with 3 minutes to go. Norwell does have JV players available down there. Allie Riley, Dakota Hubble, Maddie Sonicson, and Rylan Graft are waiting on the bench. First free throw no good.
Yeah, and those four got to be decently beat up from their JV contest.
Holy Moses. That was as physical and, to be honest with you, as out of control JV game as you're going to see. Norwell was able to hang on for a win. In fact, Norwell's JV team only lost once last year, and that was to Bellmont. And so Coach Jim Wilson got to feel like he got some redemption tonight. They have not lost much the last couple of years, man. Jim Wilson has had his group, and you can always see it. It's just, if you're an outsider, you just wonder all the time, how does Norwell keep reloading every year? I mean, it's a 3A team, and look, this is not talent moving in. This is not the new 4A way of basketball in public school. This is still kind of your old school, you grow them.
Right.
And that's been the brand and the identity that Norwell's built. Tomaszek.
Well, one of the keys in this Norwell system is guard play. I mean, the guard play has been young for a lot of years here now, with Bales and Shelton that group. That was an older group that kind of came through, but the guards behind them played decent amount of JV time and time to develop. Now you have, like Rylan Graff, Madison Sonicson playing JV as freshmen, and they'll have another year of JV as sophomores, because there's not a lot of movement here.
No.
In the next year for Norwell, even the year after that. I mean, there's a ton of sophomores. So those guards that develop in the JV system, by the time they get here to be, to varsity level, they've developed in this system to be contributing varsity guards, and that's part of it, is just the JV time. And Jim Wilson's a great coach in this system, and Jason Frisch is Thornton's right-hand man, but Jim Wilson does a lot of the subbing for Coach Thornton. He understands exactly how to run this system, and it's a big part of why this system is so successful.
Well, Allie Riley's in the game alongside Dakota Hubble and Rylan Graft. You're right. On a different night where the JV game's not so physical, they probably get into the game a little earlier, but man, everybody's got to be gassed from that thing. Also, if you're wondering, everybody on the floor right now has potential to fit into a role in varsity in the future. And these are everybody on the floor.
Good night. Allie Riley, just in this JV season, has taken tremendous steps. So is Dakota Hubble.
She played freshman last year.
Yeah, now she's JV All-Star.
Right. Well, Rylan Graft is going to dribble out the clock here as Norwell's going to cruise to victory 56-23 on a very special night here at the Castle. Norwell will put into place its first ever Hall of Fame class, its athletic Hall of Fame class, and they do it in front of a great crowd in a 56-23 victory over rival Bellmont. We'll step aside. We'll come back with the post-game show, including thoughts from head coach Eric Thornton after this on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA and SIPC.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
You've heard of Seize the Day, right? Well, this month you can pay the day at the YMCA. Join the Y on January 10th and pay $10 for the entire month. Join on January 11th, pay $11, and so on. The sooner you join, the less you pay. Get your family connected to healthy activities in a clean, safe environment with a membership to the Y. Save big with Pay the Day at the YMCA now through January 31st. Visit fwymca.org for details. Offer valid at YMCA's in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. Some restrictions apply.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Good evening, Norwell basketball fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, the thing I enjoy most is talking to our clients about what matters to them. As our clients prepare for and enjoy retirement, some enjoy spending time with their grandkids, some prefer to travel the world, and for others, it's giving of time and resources. As you think of and prepare for your retirement, we'd love to talk with you either virtually or in person at one of our office locations in Austin or Fort Wayne. You can also call us at 260-436-7006. Nathan Shelton, investment advisor representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule...
Welcome back to the Castle here tonight. Joined now by Norwell head coach Eric Thornton. Coach, obviously he got off to a great start tonight, scored the first 19 points of the game. Outside of the hot three-point shooting, what was the key to jumping out in front early?
I felt like for us, our defensive rebounding was the key. That Bellmont team, and you saw it in some spurts tonight, their offensive rebounding is tenacious. They're very, very good. I think the best offensive rebounding team that we have seen so far.
Yeah, they average 12 a game.
Yeah, you could see it on film. They're relentless. They're not big. Cole obviously presents some size out there for them, but they are just tenacious, and we don't feel like we can play the 1-3-1 a lot against them because we're not a good rebounding team. I felt like our kids became a better rebounding team tonight. That was the number one key for us on the board, and our kids owned it.
Yeah, Coach, Kennedy Filling, we've talked about her the last couple of games and the way that she has taken over second halves of games. At Leo, where things weren't going right for a long portion of the game, and then pushed you in front and spread out the lead against Bishop Dwenger. She has 22 big points here tonight.
Yeah, I think for us, I think, obviously Kennedy's got to be the one when she gets it, just like every one of our kids who are ready to shoot it against that zone. But I felt like our ball movement, she was the beneficiary of that for sure. Kids finding her, I think she would certainly give credit to her teammates as well. I think that's a team thing in a lot of ways for us, attacking the zone. Bellmont zone is very tight. It's very difficult to get the shots that you want. And I think we've improved a lot at that. Kennedy has played older than a sophomore for us this year. But I really want to give credit to her teammates for setting her up for some really good looks tonight. And then Kennedy obviously knocked them down.
All right, so what changed in the locker room? I'm sure your kids heard it. Norwell is now, your group is tied for first in the Northeast 8 after the Columbia City upset loss to Huntington North here tonight. What kind of mentality does that change going forward with your group, knowing they can see the light at the end of the tunnel? You've got 2 winnable games here in the next couple of weeks against conference opponents. How does the mood change in the locker room?
Yeah, it changes a lot because obviously, we had to have some help. And that was a game that we talked about that, hey, we're not out of it, but we have to win this game.
Yeah.
This game was, 2 teams tied at 3-1 with Huntington North. And we just felt like our kids put themselves in a position to do that. I just think we've improved so much from our DeKalb lackluster kind of hangover game still after the double loss weekend where we just really struggled so much. And our team has really come a long way since then. We've encouraged them to get better and to grow up and to mature and be better leaders. And, for us, I think it's fun to see our kids show that excitement when we're playing well, and then it's just social media right now. I thought I was giving them the news between the third and fourth quarter that Huntington, and they looked at me and they screamed out loud, but they already knew. And so I thought I was going to give them something pretty exciting because I felt like at that time we could tell them. And I was telling some of our JV players, don't tell them yet. I don't want them to know coming out of the locker room. But, of course, they knew. Our kids are excited, and they're they know our margin for error is slim. They understand that. And I'm just really proud of them for getting themselves to this position. To be 4-1 in this conference, having gone through, I think, the gauntlet of Bellmont and Huntington North and Columbia City, it's been very difficult. We've played well at home for this season, and I'm excited for our kids to try to finish this thing out and get a number on the wall for our conference.
All right, so you've got, at least on paper, your most difficult test left in the regular season against Jay County, a very strong team on Tuesday night coming into the Castle.
Yeah, Sweeterman is just she's just so good, and they've got Dirksen, and they're big and they're long, and I'll tell you what, they just play at the pace of a game where it's almost like playing against guys. I mean, to that level of athleticism and ball movement and offensive rebounding, and they're very, very difficult to defend. We'll try to learn from their game against Woodland tonight. I feel like Woodland's a pretty similar team to us, so we'll try to learn what we can. But for our kids to have a test tonight and then go into Tuesday with another test, I think the short turnaround will be good, and we'll have to be ready to play. But that's exactly what we need right now.
Norwell head coach Eric Thornton, thanks a lot for stopping by. Congrats on a huge conference win tonight, and we'll see you on Tuesday night.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much to Norwell head coach Eric Thornton for joining us here in the postgame. Norwell victorious over Bellmont 56-23 here tonight. Alex Howard, final thoughts as we wrap this one up here tonight.
Yeah, definitely a massive win for the Knights. I mean, we overhyped it. It seems like.
Makes our pregame look pretty bad, doesn't it?
It does, but at the same time, I mean, that just speaks to this Norwell Knights Lady Knights squad right here, where they have the ability to do this night in and night out, and they're finally taking steps to doing that, to bringing the 3-point shooting well-rounded, the patience to get it to the short corner there against that 2-3 defense. This team is maturing in front of our eyes, and as the season progresses, and Coach Thornton's right, that double loss weekend where they went through an absolute gauntlet of the schedule, and then the hangover there, as Coach Thornton said, against DeKalb, they're finally coming out of that, and they're playing the way that we expected this team to play here going down the stretch, and it's a great time to start playing like this as the season kind of nears to the end or to the sectional time, and then seeing so many old Lady Knight players on the floor now, kind of talking to these players, Maya Shelton, Kaylee Filling. I even saw Logan Rouse walking around today.
Yep.
It's just an awesome to see this program. It's awesome to see this program kind of come to completion in this game right here. Huge game, conference game, and then to have Columbia City stumble there over in against Huntington North. Just what a night for this Lady Knight squad.
Hey, by the way, as we wrap things up here tonight, Norwell victorious over Bellmont. Want to say that congratulations on your good health report, Don Haynes. That's from Roger Thornton, a message there So, Don, hope you're feeling better, and congrats on your good health report. That does it here tonight. We will have midweek basketball for you on Tuesday night here on The Voice, thanks to some scheduling quirks that have worked out in my favor and your favor, the viewer at home, who gets to watch a really good game in Norwell and Jay County. You didn't get to see that game last year. It was a wild one down in Portland. If you remember, it was on a weeknight in a really bad situation, and Norwell had some technicals and some other things that didn't play in their favor. Sweeterman had 37 points in that game. She went 17 for 17 from the foul line, so it'll be a lot of fun. In any case, Norwell victorious over Bellmont, 56-23. The Lady Knights go to 15-4 on the season and improved to 4-1 in the Northeast 8 and are now tied for first place thanks to the loss against Columbia City. That'll do it here tonight. Our next broadcast Tuesday night as the Norwell Lady Knights welcome in the Jay County Lady Patriots. Tip is 7:45. Pregame at 7:30 right here on WellsCountyVoice.com. For my broadcast partner Alex Howard and Megan Miller, as well as our owners Scott and Dale Menser, I'm Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
High school sports on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the continued support of our sponsors. Please use their services whenever possible, and when you see them, tell them thank you. Join us again next time on the Voice Enterprises.